Hey y'all, I'm Shayna and I'm back with another review. This is for Ready to Love Season 7, aka Season 8, Episode 2 in Miami called Tickle My Pickle. Y'all gonna know why later on in the review. Before we get into it, don't hesitate to like and subscribe. It'll help your girl out. And we just gonna jump into it. So we start off with the singles having their usual episode 2 lunch. We know if they're a mixer, they always have that lunch like the next day. And the first thing that caught my eye was Andre and that baby bun with the fro hawk out in the back and that twist in the front. I don't know. I don't know what they see in him. I don't see it. Like, it's not giving what it's supposed to give for me. But Tommy comes out and he says he's bringing 4 more people. And I hate how they did that. Like, stop eliminating people on the first night. Then you want to turn around the next day and bring 4 more people. That didn't even make any sense. And where is Sue Ann? Like, we didn't even see her at last episode. So we got 2 new ladies, Cynthia and Jonique, and the men look pleased. Then we have 2 new men, Fabrice and Mark Anthony, and I'm underwhelmed with the men. Like the men start over, recast, like no. But this week the men had the power and the group dates are starting this week as well. And not too many group dates, please. So Janique is 30, and when she's talking, like, she kind of remind me of Trina when she's talking, like, she giving me Trina vibes. But she says she has her own money, and she do her own thing, and it intimidates men. And she, like, the third woman that says something about intimidating men on here. That is, like, the quickest way to get you up out of here. I wouldn't even say nothing like that. But Mark Anthony is 34. He said he doesn't like to refer to himself as a player, even though that's what he was given, in my opinion. Like, he want to be a player, but he ain't really had no game, so I don't know. Then we see, he's conversing with Corvea, and she asks him, like, does he spoil the woman he's with? And he says he's going to give her what she earns. And she ain't like that. And I didn't really like it either. Because I feel like she felt like, why do you have to prove, like, why do I have to prove that I'm worthy of being spoiled? And she's like, why can't you just, if you see that I'm the right person, why wouldn't you just naturally do it? But first it was like the living alone thing. Then this, like, he said it's giving gold digger vibes, and she quickly about to go down as a gold digger because she talking about she like nice things and all these things already, and you literally just met him like right now, like in the same conversation. So I don't know if she gonna make it to the end. Then we see Z. She's upset because she almost got eliminated, and she's questioning like pretty much every guy about it, trying to figure out why and trying to get down to the bottom of it. Every time somebody's in the bottom on the mixer the next day, like they're going around asking the men why. It don't matter. Just try to talk to the men and like move past it so you're not down at the bottom again. So I'm like, her head not in the game, and she about to go. Especially since it's the men's week to eliminate. So Jeffrey pulls Andre to the side for some alone time, but the minute they hug, like here comes Cynthia, one of the new women, interrupting them. But the way she did it, they was like, well, I wanted to pull you alone. I couldn't wait to get you by yourself. And Cynthia's like, hi, am I interrupting? Like, girl, yes, you are. It's kind of rude, but okay. But I like Cynthia, though. She's 37 and consulting firm CEO. I just wrote down her profession because it seemed interesting. She's from Miami and she has 2 children. Jeffrey walked away. She was like, look, if Andre meant to be my man, he gonna be my man regardless, so she can have that. She left. She probably should have stayed, but she let her have it. So then I saw a beauty in a yellow dress, and I'm like, who is that? Sue Ann? I think so. She was talking to Blake. I don't know. It was just something about him. Like, I don't know what y'all see in him. Everybody was saying he's handsome. I think it's his personality. Like, I can't even see past his personality to even think about his looks. But we see Fabrice. He's 44. He's overly sexual. All he talks about is sex. And I wanted Blake to go, but I kind of want him to go first. I cannot. Ooh, that's the biggest turn off. Like, you immediately talking about sex. Like, I don't even know. Ugh. It's inappropriate and it's offensive that you think you can just go up talking to women that way. Jeffrey said if a man can get her mind, then he got her sexually. But you not even trying to get there. You right off the bat just talking about sex. Like it's more than just the physical for a lot of women. Like that we connect our emotions with it. So you already jumping in with the physical. I'm not even clicking with you. Like who are you? So the first group date, we're here, and it's almost the entire cast. It seems like so it's like five guys and the two new ladies. Cynthia was there first, and she was there by herself for like a minute. She was surrounded by the guys, and it was putting her on the spot with all these questions, asking her type. She said she don't have no type. And they were like, how you don't have no type? And she's like, well, as you get older, like you realize it's more than just the physical, it's more than how somebody looks. Like I want to see if I just like you as a person, basically. But she does take a liking to Andre, and looking at that bun, I just don't see why. But I mean, okay. Janique gets there, and she gives more of a clear answer of where her type is physically. Like she like, I'm open, but I prefer like a dark skinned tall man with a beard. Girl, what's open about that? I was like, I don't know. I feel like if I just click with you, I just click with you. But I prefer a dark skinned tall man with a beard as well. I'm with you, Janique. I'm with you. I prefer a dark skin with a beard too. So someone asked the ladies if they like an alpha male, and I said, Lord, not this again. I just want alpha male to like just throw that term in the trash. Like I hate it now. Like every time I turn around, here comes some man talking about he an alpha male. Everybody can't be no alpha male. Like please. So Cynthia gives a good answer. And basically, she said she's not to be played with. Like, you're not about to just come in here and just do anything to me, treat me any kind of way. But, if I feel safe and comfortable, then yeah, I want to be led. Like, you wear the briefs, I'll wear the panties. I agree. So Andre and Cynthia are vibing, and he really still seems corny to me, but she liked him for some reason. He walked her to her car, and it was exchanging numbers. So, okay, because it seemed like he was all on Jeffrey, so now he got a couple of options. Tony and Marcia go on a one-on-one date, and Z and Blake have a one-on-one as well. I don't know why we put these two together. Blake, who doesn't want kids, with Z. I don't. Okay. So Z seems extremely uncomfortable and hot. She about to sweat that makeup off. And Tony and his eyebrows said, he likes the fast pace. He likes how everything's going. It's like speed dating almost. Blake asks Z, like, who are you? Like, tell me, who are you? And I hate that. Like, this is a date. Like, it feels like an interview when somebody says, like, oh, tell me about yourself. Like, what do you want to know? Just tell me anything you want to share. Like, I don't like that. Like, nah. Because she felt like she was being interrogated. So it just wasn't a naturally flowing conversation. There was, like, no chemistry. So Blake about to go. So Marcia says that she likes to work with children. She used to get in trouble when she was a child, but now she works with troubled youth. And Tony wanted to pray over the meal. I like that. His mother's a pastor. He said he's serious about his faith and his religion. So Blake said he felt like he had to pull information out of Z. Like, he had to pull everything out of her. But it's like, you're not giving. It's not like it was an open-ended or he made it a conversation. It was like, oh, well, what do you like to do for fun? And she answered the question. He didn't say anything that he wanted to do. Or it's like, what do you like to eat? He didn't say what he liked. He just moved on to the next question. Like, it was just an interview. But Marcia and Tony hit it off. And Marcia looks really nice here. Between her and Morgan, I feel like he got a couple options too. It's still early. So some of the ladies have a group date with the new guys. And Mark Anthony is overly confident. He's like, I'm not intimidated. They should be intimidated by me. Why? You ain't talking about nothing. So the ladies asked if they prefer black women. And it's just really a shame that we even had to ask like black men, like, do you like black women? Especially on a black dating show. But we know we've had people in the past who just on the show to be on the show don't even really like black women. Or might not even like women in general, but so he was saying like he dated all types of women, but his preference is black women, like that's what he prefers. He answered the question. Fabrice starts talking about sex. Like, sir, the question was, do you like black women? He's talking about he lived in Paris and all this stuff, and then started talking about sex. Like, how do we, what? Okay, so he's a hell no for me. He need to go. But he said the reason he doesn't intentionally, he does it on purpose. Like, he always asks women about sex right away to see if they're comfortable with themselves. Like, what? You start talking about sex to try to test them to see if they're comfortable with themselves? Get up out of here. Get him out of here. Why did y'all even pick him? Like, he's not going to be around long enough to bring any controversy. You already got Blake for that. They must have bought him so Blake wouldn't get eliminated too soon, because then nothing else makes sense. So, for some reason, Swan is interested. And I'm like, girl, are you deprived? Like, why are you interested in what? What about him interests you? What? Like, how long has it been, Swan? Okay. So, Mercedes was like, ooh, Fabrice can speak French. Like, he's bilingual. It's sexy. Is it? Like, just because he can speak French, it's not sexy coming from him. I'm sorry. I don't know. I feel like they just saying this because they just want to stay on the show. Because, come on. Like, let's be for real. In real life, really? Okay. So Mark Anthony said he's studying to be a pilot, and Mercedes is a flight attendant. So of course she likes that. It kind of makes it would be cute if they got together. And he's actually really attracted to her. Like, that's who caught his eye. So it would be interesting to see if they hit it off. So the men arrive at the gentleman's lounge, which happens to be at a church. So no cussing, y'all. And I wonder where the ladies' lounge will be, because they say ladies' lounge and they be having them in folding chairs in the back alley somewhere. Like, why is the ladies' lounge never a lounge? But the guys get to talking and they say who they like. Andre said Jeffrey is a wife. And he was like, look, if you were ready, she's it. She's a wife. Like, and I was like, wow. Okay, Andre trying to win me over. He wasn't even saying that to the ladies. He's saying this to the men. But then he said Cynthia caught his eye too. At least he kept it real. So the men aren't feeling Corvea. I wasn't actually surprised by that. Like, because, Linda had something to say when she called him out for having a roommate. Like, he had to mention that. And of course, Z. So Tommy throws out a curveball and he said, for the first time in Ready to Love history, there's a second chance lifeline. That means them that they can decide that no one will go home that week, but it has to be the entire group that decides it. They have to agree on it, and they can only use it once. So they have that lifeline they can use whenever they're ready to save somebody for the week. So, excuse me. I'm like, okay, y'all trying to spice it up. Y'all hearing what the people saying. They saying y'all need to do something different. So y'all just trying whatever to try to spice it up. So we see Corvea. She meets with a roommate having Lyndon. And, he got something to say about her judgy ways. He want to talk about her judgmental self. Z and Blake meet. And it's super awkward. Like, I don't think they should have had him do it. They should have had literally anybody else. Like, not him. It's just something about him. Like, I don't know. I don't like him. Like, his personality is just stern. Like, he's not personable. Like, to even be on a dating show, I don't know how he got casted. So Lyndon tells Corvea she's at the bottom. And she's like, well, because he was like, we deliberated and the guys decided, and he paused. And she said, it's giving like low budget horror movie, like in the suspense, just say it. Blake tells Z that she at the bottom, but she's steadily eating her food. She like, okay, well, let me get this last few bites before I go. I'm sure you can get it to go. It's okay. But let her eat. She's like, doesn't seem surprised at all, and neither am I. And Lyndon tells Corvea that she's ready to love, and he gives her some advice, like, it's not what you're saying, it's the way you say it. And usually that's what it normally boils down to, is the delivery, it's the tone. Like, the way you saying it is rubbing the guys wrong. But she like, look, I like nice things. I'm going to treat myself good, and my person's going to treat me nice as well. I can't get mad about that. I really can't. So Z got eliminated, and she handled it well. I mean, you could tell her man just was not there anyway. And she said for now, while she's, looking to find love, she's focused on loving herself. And she goes out with a little song that they put her on a spot to do. And I'm like, y'all keep giving her these awkward, uncomfortable scenes. We could have kept that in the archive, but it's okay. And so next week it's time for the ladies. I want to see, how the men are going to act when the ball is in the women's court. But let me know what y'all think down in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.